Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So our channel's name is Code Halcyon, as everyone know. Yeah. So today we are going to start with the subject graph theory, and we'll start the first module of this subject, which is talking about different aspects of graph, different types of graphs that we'll learn throughout. So things that we learn today are we'll firstly learn what the basic definition of graph. Then we'll learn degree of vertex. We'll also learn loop, multiple edges, we'll learn about finite and infinite graphs. We'll learn about bipartite graph. We'll also learn about isolated and pendant vertex. We'll learn about null graph. We'll learn about path and circuits. We'll learn about walks. It's not what we are thinking of, it's different walk. Then we have connected and disconnected graphs. We have to learn about components. And finally, we would have to learn about isomorphism of graph. Isomorphism of graph. So we learned this amount of things. We learned the basic definition. We learn about degree of vertex. We learn about loop and multiple edges. We learn about finite and infinite graphs. We learn about bipartite graph. We learn about isolated and pendant vertex. We learn about null graph. We learn about path and circuits, walks, connected and disconnected graphs, components, and isomorphism of graph. So let's get started anyways. So first thing, what is actually a graph? What is actually a graph? So usually when you are in your lower classes, you will think that this thing that I'm drawing right now is graph, or this one maybe. Well, those are graphs, but the type of graph that we are going to learn is different from what we learned in earlier classes. Anyways, so the graph in the graph theory subject is like it is a thing in graph theory where a set of vertices gets connected by a set of edges. Okay, let's understand it through an example. So this is an example for a graph. Let me just complete this by drawing. Yes. So this is an example for a graph. Why? So basically graph, let's call this graph as G. Basically this graph G, or a graph G, consists of a set of vertices connected by set of edges. So basically a graph is a set of vertices connected by a set of edges. Set of vertices connected by set of edges. Here we'll find V1, V2, V3, V4, V5 are all vertices of the graph. Then what are the edges? Edges are these things, you see, this. So we'll have E1, E2, E3, E4 and E5 as the edges. So graph in a simple basic definition is just simply set of vertices connected by set of edges, and this is the easiest example that you can get ever. Okay, we see that vertices V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5 are all connected by using edges E1, E2, E3 and E4 and E5. Yeah, so in this thing, if you check, you'll find this thing. What is this? Okay, this is what we call as a loop. This is what we call as a loop. An edge in which same end vertices is called a loop. So an edge in which same end vertices is seen is called a loop. That means if you have an edge, this is an edge, this is an edge, right? That edge is having the same end vertex, which is V3. It's just having one vertex, and that is, it's just having one vertex, and that is V3. So basically, what is it? It's a loop. So this is a loop. I think everyone understood what we just mentioned. What is a loop? Okay, let's just write this down. A loop it's an edge with same end vertices. An edge with same end vertices is called a loop. So basically E6 is a loop. Example for a loop is E6 with n vertices V3. Okay, here we'll find, we also have to learn about another thing called multiple edge. What is a multiple edge? Multiple edge is actually two edges in which same end vertices is what we call as multiple edge. Two edges with same end vertex. In this case, you'll find this. What do we see here? We see that two edges, E2 and E3, are actually having same end vertices V1 and V4. Yeah, right? Yes. So a multiple edge two edges with same end vertices, that's what we call as multiple edge. Okay. Example for that is E2 and E3 are multiple edge. Why? Because they have the same end vertice. So two edges with same end vertices are called multiple edge. An edge with same end vertice is called a loop, and set of vertices and set of edges, set of vertices connected by set of edges, is what we call as a graph. So that's the basic definition. Basic definition of graph. See you in the next video.